Okay, we're not going to go too far, man, because it's really grown up back here, and this is where my favorite dog of all time, Liger, he died. And so, like, underneath it says Liger, see you when I get there, because he was real special to me. So. We're here at my track now, Leaps of Faith. This actually used to be a tobacco field as well. After my dad got out of the farming business, and I kind of started living up here, this is where my track always was. And at first I dug it with shovels, man, hardcore. It's very easy to get hurt out here. But this is my track now, Leaps of Faith. It's a sweet track. It's not graded. I had all these ideas, you know what I mean? I have all these ideas that kind of, I get lost in them.
Which reminds people what this territory served as a backdrop for the Hardy Show at one point. But I know as long as Jeff has been here, the track has been here. Leaps of Faith, this is another piece of the Hardy compound. Let's keep tracking. Let's head up to where Itchweed's crib was actually shot. You know, come with us.
Speed up.
Right in here, Andrew, this was like one of our dad's barns. There was a loft in it, and we actually built like a real cool hideout in there. But
one of our extreme sports was we used to run off the roof, grab a bamboo and ride it down.
I'll do that one day. One day when we're home, we'll cut one of these big bamboos and we'll get on a hill and ride it down. Yeah, I'll do that.
We'll do it. We'll do it. Why not?
This is when we actually had a professional wrestling ring, and we set it up here in the woods. Very hidden, very kayfabe. This is also where Andrew took battle on one drunken night.
Before I went back to WWE for my biggest run ever, is where Matt and some guys helped me get back into shape.
Right here, this is the frame of the original skateboarding ramp that Jeff and I had. Well, it started off as a skateboarding ramp, and then we actually painted it into the TWF ramp, and we actually made our entrances on it.
What was so intriguing and different about this, like, this ramp went like, it went out and it went like that. You're good with math, so yeah, you know that. So it was so easy to slip, because the rest of the socks as well. 75 degree.
Follow me, please. Walk this way. Sir, please walk this way. Right now, we are right in front of my dad's original birthplace. This is where my dad was born. This house dates back to early 1900s.
This one back in the day, like, you didn't go to the hospital. The doctors would come here, and the birth would happen in your home.
House calls. They didn't have such
house calls.
This building is probably most famously known for Itchweed's crib, which we shot it in here. The other thing it's very famously known for is the Wildlife Zone. You always get what you deserve.
Best wildlife ever.
Where actually I walk into my $1 million house, and when I open the door and I go through, I'm inside this house. This is where our dad grew up, and without our dad, there obviously would not have been Jeff or Matt. So this is cool, man.
But the door opening on that finish, that big payoff, dude, amazing. This building was all locked up, but finally, I guess me and Matt figured out a way to get in. But upstairs was we used to be the adventurers. Man, this was the baddest hideout we ever had, man. We had a basketball goal in there. We all had, like, there was like 4 or 5 bunk beds in there, all these cool paintings and pictures, man, that we would do and put in there, and had candles lit in there. It was like, I mean, you could record some music in there. It had been so sick. As the years went by, I mean, it became a hideout, so there you go.
Oh, wow. Now we come to the point actually where Boys Camp Road is, which when this road was named about 10 years ago, the Boys Camp Road, which the Boys Camp lives down the road, or it was going to be Hardy Road. The Boys Camp Road won. I thought it would have been really cool.
Probably because they have 1,000 acres, I guess.
Yeah, so what? They decided to rename all the roads here in Moore County, and actually the name of our road was either going to be Hardy Road or Boys Camp Road. So they ended up going with Boys Camp Road, but the alternative sign was Hardy Road, and they actually gave us the sign, which is pretty cool. And our dad got it, and instead of keeping it in the house, for some reason he wanted to put it out here out in the, outdoors and let it be weathered. But what do you do? It's crazy.
Hey, we never thought our dad would sell land to anybody.
A guy came along, Jimbo, and our dad cut off an acre of land right here, and Jimbo actually put this house here. We come to find out that Jimbo goes 11 months without making a payment on his place. It gets repossessed, and actually he ends up having to turn the place back over to whoever he borrowed the money from. They sold the place to someone else, so we have neighbors here. So it's actually like 1.4 acres of land that we lost. Thanks a lot, Jimbo. This is was my dad and our grandparents' second house after they left the house we just showed you earlier, their very old house. And our aunt, her name is Josephine, stays here. She lives here, you know, but she's a nice soul, nice human being. My dad's just said, you know what, Josephine, stay here as long as you want, enjoy the place.
She calls on my dad for anything she needs, and my dad's there for her. Our aunt that died here, that lived in here before, her name was Joyce, and she used to walk the roads. We always thought she was a witch because she was all dressed in black, and which makes me, I wish I would have got to know her better.
She looked like a witch too.
She did, right? I wish I'd have got to know her better before she left this world. But then now that I've grown up and I'm into all that, you know, witch and warlock stuff, you know, Harry Potter, I wish I'd have got to know her just to...
You're into Harry Potter?
No, yeah, I'm in Harry Potter.
Oh, I didn't know. I've never seen it.
Brooms that fly, are you kidding me? With that said, this is where she lives now and it still remains.
Cool, let's walk this way.
The legend is creeping up with his headlights shining on the superstars right here. When he first wanted to get donkeys and we built this fence, it was some hard work. You can see pole by pole by pole.
We built this son of a bitch by hand from scratch.
2-3 acres, and it was really hard, but like then we got donkeys, man, it was amazing.
Say hello.
Hey there.
If you look at this big field too, this also was about a 5-acre field that was full of tobacco too. Jeff and I would, you know, we'd work like dogs in this field, man.
I just want to say, like, for those of you who are watching this now and never got to experience being around land, we were extremely, I'm sure you agree, blessed and fortunate to grow up in a place like this, because I know land is a rare item these days. You know, it's very hard to come about.
Right on. Word is bond.
Real quick, from afar, that is the new big man, and I modeled him after myself. With a painted face and the lines I do across my lips these days. From afar away, that's the shot. Modeled after me.
Right here, you'll see we do have one donkey that our dad has. If you can get a shot of him. Okay. He's galloping a little bit. This area that you're looking at right here is where the watermelon duel was shot, and also Donkey Business was shot in this area.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, after a couple brief trips, Jeff went to Jacksonville, I went to San Jose, we're back, and we're finishing up showing you the grand tour of the Hardy compound. So come with us, let's go to the forefather of the Hardy compound, and that is the legend everyone knows and loves, Claude Gilbert Hardy. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're looking at right now is something that has become legendary. And it is BCR, Boys Camp Road. And as a car rolls down BCR right now, I'll let you know this, when you're on BCR, when you're at BCR, you're about a mile away from anything you need.
As everyone knows, Cameron is famous for antiques. And this looks like an antique right here, my brothers and sisters, because this is my dad's drop-off box for FedEx, UPS. So whenever they deliver and he's not home, they open these sweet doors right here and just slip the package in, and it's ready. And as you see, it has a label, UPS. I like to call it UPS.
You told the boring part of the story.
Okay.
Let me tell you the good part of the story. Let me tell you why this box came to be. Look at this box right here. You see these doors? Look at these sweet doors. See what I mean? See, that door's so sweet it doesn't even hardly open. Let me tell you why my dad put this box out here. Because the UPS guy originally came down to our house and he had a package for my dad. And he went to take it to the front door, and my dad's got these little bitch dogs, and the little bitch dog went up and said, and bit the guy's calf. Ow! And actually said, Mr. Hardy, I think I might have to talk to the animal people about this. You know,
talk to somebody about my leg.
I need to talk to somebody about my leg. Sometimes my leg be hurting, especially when that little vicious mutt be biting me. And my dad said, you son of a bitch, my dog didn't bite you. He said, you know what, don't you even come down to my house anymore, you motherfucker. My dog don't bite. He said, that son of a bitch is nice as he can be. I'm gonna build you a box that says UPS, and you son of a